Well, it's been 7 months, and I do apologize because we have been tied up with health issues. And fortunately for Christina, who is now married and with child, we are looking forward to getting back in the saddle here with our video broadcast. And it might mean that we're going to be doing separate broadcasts simply because Christina and I are in two different locations. But fear not, we will be doing more of our dynamic mother and daughter uh, dual broadcast when we schedule it. So, but suffice it to say, I will be focusing on the Second Amendment and the African American community because I feel that what's going on now with all of the hoopla with regard to the Second Amendment uh, has been an orchestrated attempt by literally the white liberal establishment to keep uh, kingship away from minorities in this country. And part of the accoutrements of a kingship, that is, those of you who believe that Christ is our king and that uh, we co-rule with him as kings and queens, as the Bible said, that one of the accoutrements of a kingship is the fact that if you're a king, you have a crown, which I will don on my next broadcast. But not only do you have a crown, but you have the means to defend your kingdoms. And when we say defending, we mean by use of force. In other words, every king that ever existed held lands and property that he was willing to defend. And in light of what's been going on lately in our government and in society with regard to the Second Amendment and a lot of the false flags that are being planted now to cause mayhem and to cause the government to take a stricter control on the people's right to own firearms, especially you white liberals, because I know with regard to black people, you definitely don't want black people to have guns in their possession. You never did and you never will. And this has been since the founding of this nation when the Democrat Party, which was controlled by the Southern Democrats and still is, uh, the racists in our society have technically tended to be and still are Democrat white liberals who really don't want uh, minorities or anybody who threatens their power. They would rather not have you empowered with sovereignty and with the right to defend your life and the right of self-determination. So in order for me to uh, take on the content of this topic, I want to first let you know, as I put my glasses on because I can't see without them, um, what we need to know is what we need to look at, first of all, is the big myths that are being perpetrated by the white liberal establishment and the elite, and that is the profile of what a gun owner looks like. Now, if I were to change my appearance, the first thing I would do is get rid of this African American face and put up a country white boy, uh, usually blue-eyed, hair color not a matter. But I should put on camo, and I have a nice set of teeth. I shouldn't have that. I should have missing teeth, which is probably stained by chewing tobacco. Um, I would not speak with eloquence. Instead of owning a Chevy Blazer like I do, I would probably have some sort of pickup truck. And I would have a Dixie flag out front of my yard. And I would just be a very ignorant person who never left within 100 miles of my own home. Now that's the profile that the white liberal establishment wants to leave you with regard to what a gun owner should look like. Now, given the fact that I just described that to you, I don't meet any of those criteria of a gun owner because I'm an African American female who doesn't do victimhood, who doesn't do slavery, and who doesn't do liberal values that tell me I should kill my children in the womb and that I should put the state above God as my Lord and Savior, and above Jesus as my Lord and Savior. The state I would be willing to marry because they give me all the goodies and benefits instead of letting me have the empowerment of getting things on my own, i.e., uh, economic freedom, political freedom, moral freedom, and not have the state dictate to me what I think I should have and do. And that is the white liberal establishment elite because they want to control you. The idea of gun control, people, is not about guns. It's about people control. If they can take your firearms away, they can do to you whatever they want. And you know what? You will be the ones who will be the victims of that. And see, I don't do that. So we will be dealing with that issue. Second issue we will be dealing with is a lot of the misinformation that has been perpetuated by the other white establishment elite with statistics and with what they feel is the reason why black folks should never have guns. You know, we can't trust you. You don't have the intelligence to have those guns. Anyway, this is just a part of it. The last thing I'm going to concentrate on is to correct the historical record. The historical record was that black people in our nation of America have always been the biggest and staunchest supporters of the Second Amendment because they realized that was the only thing that stood between them, slavery, and lynching. So, in some information, I'm going to close it out right now, but this is what we're going to cover in all of our broadcasts that we're going to cover that I will be covering. There's a lot about the Second Amendment. I'll bringing you current events. I will be bringing you what the politicians are saying. So you politicians, be aware that I'm going to out you on what your feelings and sentiments are with regard to the Second Amendment, that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall never be infringed. Shall not means never. So we want to call them out as well. So thank you for joining me today. We will be starting this as of this week. And be ready for the ride that we're going to take because it's going to be a bumpy one and a fun one. So thank you so much and God bless you. We'll be bringing in a lot of other good things too, like the Bible and other wonderful things. So thank you again. And I'd like to sign off by giving you a God bless and have a great day. Bye-bye.